The world is full of strange and forgotten wonders, some ancient, some unexplained, and all incredibly fascinating. Here are 15 rare and mysterious discoveries that continue to baffle historians, scientists, and archaeologists alike. Deep in southern Sweden, near Lake Vättern, stands the enigmatic Rök runestone, carved in the 9th century and etched with more than 700 runes, making it the longest known runic inscription in the world. For decades, scholars believed this monument was a memorial to a fallen warrior, perhaps to honor a great battle or legendary king. But recent interpretations by linguistic and climate historians suggest something far more chilling. The runes may express a deep fear of climate disaster. Following the global volcanic eruptions of 536 CE, which led to plummeting temperatures and failed harvests, generations of Norse people would have lived in dread of repeating catastrophe. The Rök stone's carvings speak of fading sunlight, lost seasons, and ominous winters. It may even tie into early versions of Ragnarok, the Norse end-of-the-world myth. If that's true, this isn't just a headstone. It's an ancient warning from a people who survived their own apocalypse. Lying nearly forgotten along the border between Russia's Orenburg and Chelyabinsk regions is the mysterious settlement of Ilan. Unlike the nearby and somewhat more famous ancient city of Arkaim, Ilan remains largely untouched, its secrets hidden beneath grass and earth. In the 1990s, archaeologists had plans to explore the site, but due to budget constraints, the mission was cancelled. What we do know is tantalizing: remnants of stone walls encircling the site, possible moats, and signs of a large and defensible structure. Some researchers suggest it could predate Archaim by as much as 500 years. The effort put into defending Ilan implies that something of great value, cultural, spiritual, or political, was located there. But without a proper dig, the truth lies buried, along with what could be one of the greatest untold stories of the ancient world. Inside the National Anthropology Museum in Mexico City, a gleaming obsidian monkey statue sits quietly, its dark surface polished to a near-mirror finish. It's beautiful, yes, but also baffling. Discovered in the ancient city of Texcoco, this sculpture wasn't crafted by the Aztecs alone. It represents a continuity of craftsmanship dating back to the Olmecs, who mastered the delicate and painstaking art of carving obsidian over 2,500 years ago. Obsidian is razor-sharp and brittle, making it a nightmare to sculpt. Yet this statue is flawless. Why would the ancient people go to such extreme effort to carve a monkey out of such unforgiving material? Some suggest it was used for funeral rituals among the elite, while others believe it symbolized something far more spiritual. For now, it's another striking mystery, art that endures but doesn't explain itself. Not all archaeological discoveries come from the distant past. In 2003, during the Iraq War, American forces sweeping through Al-Taqadum airfield stumbled upon something no one expected: Soviet-built fighter jets like the MiG-25 and Su-25 buried in the sand. Their wings had been detached, and the fuselages had been carefully packed underground, seemingly with the intention of restoring them later. Experts believe this was a desperate gamble by Saddam Hussein, a plan to preserve air power in case of long-term survival. The idea was to wait out the initial assault, then unearth and rearm the planes to fight again. So far, only a dozen have been found, but many believe more are still hidden beneath Iraq's desert sands, lost in time like high-tech tombs waiting for rediscovery. In 2013, a group of hikers trekking through the remote Kamchatka Peninsula in eastern Russia discovered what looked like an ordinary fossil, until they looked closer. Embedded in the rock were cylinder-shaped forms with precise gear-like teeth around the edges. It didn't look like a plant or an animal, it looked mechanical. Archaeologist Yuri Kudin visited the site and was stunned. Some parts even contained faint traces of metal. The rock was dated to around 400 million years ago, long before humanity existed. Could it be a naturally occurring rock formation that just looks artificial? Or is it an out-of-place artifact, proof of something ancient, advanced, and long forgotten? Scientists lean toward the geological explanation, but the mystery has only deepened in public imagination. In the grasslands of Nebraska, geologists in the 19th century were left scratching their heads when they stumbled upon bizarre spiral rock formations twisting several feet into the ground. Locals had already given them a name, devil's corkscrews, or demonoliths, because they looked like something straight out of folklore. Early theories proposed they were fossilized plant roots, or even the remnants of some strange underwater species. But in time, researchers dug deeper, literally, and found ancient rodent bones inside the spirals. This led to the theory that these were once the burrows of a prehistoric beaver-like creature called Paleocasta. Still, one detail makes this theory shaky. Why were the tunnels shaped like perfect corkscrews? That sort of structure isn't exactly rodent logic. Whether it's clever adaptation or nature showing off, we still don't have all the answers. In 1797, English artist and astronomer John Russell unveiled something that would have stunned the scientific community of his time. A 3D model of the moon so detailed, it could put some modern maps to shame. Known as the selenographia, this lunar globe was crafted with papier-mâché and plaster and featured painstakingly observed details of craters, ridges, and the surface textures of the moon, all drawn just by observing it through early telescopes. What's even stranger, many of the lunar features on Russell's model weren't officially named or confirmed until decades later. Even more ironic is that his accompanying Earth globe, supposedly easier to make, is less accurate. For example, he mistakenly made Tasmania a peninsula, yet his moon nearly spot on. Either Russell was ahead of his time, or the man had a sixth sense for lunar geography. In the rolling hills of Ohio, a giant serpent stretches across the land, 1,330 feet long, gracefully winding into a coiled tail. This is the Great Serpent Mound, the largest known effigy earthwork in the world, and one of North America's oldest unsolved puzzles. For years, historians thought it was built by the Adena culture some 3,000 years ago, but newer carbon dating suggests it might be only 1,000 years old, likely the work of the Fort Ancient culture, though they never built anything quite like it before or since. The serpent appears to be swallowing or possibly protecting a circular object, which some interpret as an egg, while others see it as a sun or moon symbol. A fertility symbol? A cosmic calendar? A spiritual monument aligned with celestial events? Whatever it is, it's been watching the stars far longer than we've been asking questions about it. The Nazca civilization is world famous for carving massive geoglyphs into Peru's desert sands, but those weren't their only masterpieces. Less known, but just as mind-blowing, are their Pukios, a system of spiral-shaped aqueducts that still work today. Built over 1,500 years ago, these underground channels funnel water from deep subterranean sources to arid farmland, ensuring crop survival even during years of extreme drought. The spirals, sometimes mistaken for decorative structures, actually allow airflow and maintenance access to the underground water. Modern engineers have studied the Pukios in awe, marveling at how such an ancient society developed a hydrological system that functions better than some 21st century ones. These aren't just irrigation tools, they're engineering time machines, still quenching thirsts centuries after their creators vanished. Hidden in the Golan Heights, Rujum El Hiri, or Wheel of the Gods, looks like something out of a fantasy novel. Composed of 5 concentric stone rings centered around a now collapsed burial mound, this megalithic monument spans over 500 feet in diameter and may be 5,000 years old, older than the pyramids of Giza. Despite that, it gets very little attention. Archaeologists don't know who built it or why. The central cairn may have been used as a tomb, but it was looted long ago. Some think the rings align with the solstices, hinting at an astronomical purpose, while others believe it was ritualistic, perhaps a prehistoric ceremonial space. With no organic material for carbon dating, the timeline is murky, and so is the meaning. Was it a calendar, a temple, or something we're not even equipped to understand yet? One thing's for sure, it was made with purpose, and it's been silently whispering that purpose to the wind for millennia. Discovered in deep mines in South Africa, the Klerksdorp spheres are small, metallic-looking objects with near-perfect symmetry, fine grooves, and polished surfaces. Officially labeled as natural concretions formed by volcanic sediment, these strange spheres have sparked widespread curiosity. Some believe their precision is too advanced for nature alone, speculating about ancient civilizations, or even extraterrestrial involvement. With origins possibly dating back 3 billion years, the question lingers. Are they a freak geological quirk, or a forgotten artifact? Hidden near the ruins of Girsu, one of the world's oldest cities, lies a marvel of ancient engineering, a 4,000-year-old bridge. Long mistaken for a dam, recent archaeological studies confirmed it was actually a brick-laid bridge that once spanned a waterway in Mesopotamia. Built by the Sumerians, this structure reveals a surprising level of architectural planning and civil infrastructure at a time when much of the world was still in the Stone Age. Now, preservation efforts are underway to protect this precious link to humanity's first great civilization. In the dense jungles of Costa Rica, more than 300 perfectly round stone spheres, some as large as cars, lie scattered across the land. Created over 1,000 years ago by the pre-Columbian Dequis culture, their smoothness and symmetry are astounding, especially given the absence of metal tools. Their exact origin and purpose remain unsolved. Were they markers of power, astronomical instruments, or simply artistic expressions? Many were moved or damaged before they could be properly studied, leaving their secrets half buried in the rainforest. Buried beneath a hill in southeastern Turkey lies Göbekli Tepe, a site that is rewriting history, built over 11,000 years ago, before the invention of farming or the wheel. It features massive stone pillars in circular formations, carved with animals and mysterious symbols. The level of craftsmanship suggests a complex, organized society long before cities or agriculture emerged. Even more puzzling, the site was deliberately buried around 8,000 BCE, as if someone wanted it hidden. Was it a religious center, a celestial observatory, or something else entirely? One thing is certain, it challenges everything we thought we knew about early human civilization. From ancient puzzles to forgotten marvels, these discoveries remind us how much of the past is still waiting to be understood. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.